Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Toppers World. This is a mock test of speaking conducted at our institute with one of our student Nitya, who is going to appear in IELTS test, IELTS speaking test on 8th November 2022. So let's do this. Hello Nitya, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
So Nitya, this is a mock test of IELTS speaking. My name is Praveen Kumar, and are you ready for this test?
Yes, sir.
Nitya, first of all, tell me, what do you do, job or study?
I'm a student and I'm pursuing my higher studies in graduation BCom.
Okay, I am pursuing my higher studies in commerce stream. Okay, Nitya, my first section is about neighbors in part 1. And my first question is, how well do you know the people who live next door to you?
Well, the area where I am living right now is in the neighborhood where I am living right now is very friendly, and I know these persons since very childhood, and they are very kind-hearted, and in case of any help they always come to help me in whenever I need help.
I suggest that speak loudly, otherwise your voice will not be properly recorded in the video. How often do you see your neighbors?
Well, during the evening times, we often get together, and often we organize some tea parties to spend some time together, and we often gossips and we talk about many different things.
Okay, what kinds of problems do people sometimes have with their neighbors?
Well, there are several problems which some people face with the neighborhoods. Like sometimes it is the bonding is not strong enough with the neighborhood, which might be a difficulty. And the thing which I often see that the neighborhood who always interrupt or involve in the family relations are the biggest issue in the neighborhoods.
Interference in the personal
Yes.
matters of others, noise, and sometimes they park their vehicle wrongly, sometime in front of the gate of others' house. So such kind of small problems exist there. Have a smile on your face while speaking. How do you think neighbors can help each other?
Well, there are several ways to help neighbors. In the ways neighbors can help each other, like in case of any need, like whenever a person in a family gets sick, or any kind of difficulty when our relatives cannot reach, there are the only neighbors who can help us, and they are the first member who can reach to us and firstly.
Now my second set of questions are based upon newspapers and magazines.
Yes.
Which magazines and newspaper do you read?
Well, as I am pursuing my higher studies and abroad, and I need to be frequent in the English speaking. So I am having English Tribune in my home, and I often read this in the morning times.
It's not I have to be frequent, I have to be fluent.
Yes.
What kinds of articles are you most interested in and why?
There are several articles, but I mostly like to see the articles based on the business, because I have a keen interest in business, and I also want to be a business entrepreneur. So I mostly see the articles based on business.
Have you ever read a newspaper or magazine in a foreign language?
Well, no, I had never learned or read any foreign language newspaper or magazine yet, but if I got an opportunity to read this, I definitely go for it.
Except English, I have never read any newspaper or magazine in foreign language. English is the only foreign language that in which I am reading the newspaper or magazine. Okay, now I'm giving you cue card, and this is describe a restaurant that you enjoyed going to. You have 1 minute's time to prepare your cue card, and I will tell you when your time stop. Okay, speak now.
Well, there are a number of facilities of restaurants available in my hometown, but I don't like to visit there because don't get satisfied of the facilities available there. So on the last weekend, I went to Jalandhar with my family, and there I we went to a restaurant named as Khao Pio Geo. It was very famous, and the food which they deliver is very fabulous, and it was the taste of that food was very delicious as well. The facilities which they provide in that restaurant was very good, and like all the facilities available there. Apart from all these things, the air conditioning and the environment of that place was also very hygienic, and the place was overall very good, and it was the the waiters and the servicemen who delivered the food to the tables, and who came to who do the services are very polite, and they do talk with the respect to the customers as well. And this thing is very attractive to my eyes, as only do they pay respect towards their customer, and as well as the washroom facility is very hygienic, as like in the other restaurants there is a lot of rush, and it is not clean, but in this restaurant it was not like that, and I like this restaurant very much, and the food of this restaurant as well.
Hmm. Everything is good except there are few grammatical mistakes and few repetitions were there. A restaurant was good. Then you said the restaurant was very hygienic. Hygienic and good almost same. Restaurant was very fabulous. So there is no need to say very with fabulous. Fabulous means already of high quality level or great level. So do we need not to add very with that. Fabulous, good, hygienic, the same almost. Now my part 3 question is, why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something?
Well, it is quite famous among the people where I am living right now. People often love to go to restaurants whenever they want to celebrate any occasion like birthday parties or small events, because I believe that it is not quite easy for them to organize all function in their homes, so they prefer to go to the restaurants.
Why are they not able to organize function in their homes? What problems are there?
There are several number of problems, like sometime it happens sometime it happens whenever we have to organize something, we have to plan first, and something which people organize in a sudden way, like whenever we got a sudden call of anyone that they are coming to our home, and at that time we don't have any preparations, so at that time people prefer to go restaurants.
There could be many difficulties like arranging food, furniture, planning. Even the host, I think, not be able to enjoy the party at home because he has to take care of so many things. He will get busy. Which are more popular in your country, fast food restaurants or traditional restaurants?
Well, where I'm living, the area where I'm living right now is famous for both traditional as well as for fast food, because people have their different tastes and they prefer to eat both the cuisines, like fast food as well as traditional food. So I think there are facilities of both fast food and traditional as well.
Some people say that food in an expensive restaurant is always better than food served in a cheap restaurant. Would you agree?
Well, I don't agree with this, because we had never seen that the food available or made in the in expensive restaurants is always good and for healthy for our body. But apart from this, I believe that it is not good to say that the food available in expensive restaurants is always good from
Hmm.
the food available in cheap restaurants.
What effects has modern technology had on the way food is produced?
Well, due to the modernization, there are a lot of changes in the making of food. Like when before the modernization, the food was made handmade. Before the modernization, people used to make food by their hand, with their hands. But after the advancement of technology, people prefer to go for machines, like they chop vegetables in the grinders or mixers, apart from doing it by manually. So because of this, the physical level of their body is also decreasing.
Physical level of their work
Yes.
has declined, and many technologies are being used to produce food. Farmers are using fertilizers, many machinery they use in the fields to comfortably grow food. Even nowadays, food can be grown without soil. So there are so many methods are there. Foods can be preserved for long period of time. In kitchen, we have lots of gadgets, and my dear, you cannot chop vegetables in grinder. You need a chopper.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. How important is it for a country to be able to grow all the foods it needs without importing any from other countries?
Um, Pardon, please.
Now, the question is very lengthy. I repeat the question in parts. How important is it for a country to be able to grow all the foods that it needs without importing from other countries?
Well, it is the basic requirement of every nation to eat food, and without importing or exporting from any other country, there are other methods as well. They can grow food artificially as the technology is developing day by day, and there are many methods to grow food without the help of soil, and without importing or exporting from other countries.
I think you need some clarity at this question. It's very important to become self-dependent. The nations who are self-dependent in producing their own food, they can save a lot of money which they otherwise have to spend on imports, and that foreign exchange they need to spend for buying that food from other countries. And sometimes the food that is brought from other countries may not be hygienic, good for health of the people. So it's always advisable, but I think it is not possible for every country to grow every kind of food. So at least they should grow that food which they need,
Basic requirements.
basic requirement as a staple food. Okay, Nitya ji, thank you very much for having spent your wonderful time with us, and I hope you enjoyed this and you got my tips or suggestions that I gave throughout your speaking test. Thank you.